Shalom. First off, I want to start her off by saying all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and sincerity to all the brothers out there preaching this word on the highways and the byways, being hopeful elect and fullness and sincerity in this thing, man. But today's lesson is going to be over Matthew 7 and 13, straight and narrow. You got to stay on it. It's not an easy thing to stay on it either, man, because every day we'll have a lot of things coming up. Every day you'll have a lot of tribulation in this thing, man. It's not going to be an easy walk, but with these coming times, because we're approaching the end fast, this wicked ass kingdom, America is about to get destroyed by the Most High, and thus says the scriptures, man. So, with that coming in play, brothers gonna have to sit here, and truly buckle down and stay on that straight and narrow, man. It's no time to go off, man. It's time to tighten up and get everything right. Try to be a perfectionist in this thing. But I'm gonna start getting into the lesson real quick. This is Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So there's a million ways to do wrong. It's basically what the scripture's saying. There's a million ways to go off, but there's only one true way to do right. There's only one true way to serve the Most High, and that's in truth. That's in the spirit of truth. That's in faith. There's only one true way to do it, man. And if you're not doing it in truth, and if you're not doing it faithfully, man, you're not doing it right. There's only one true way to actually do this whole thing to its entirety. Verse 14, it says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So, there's very few brothers out here, that are actually going to get this truth, man. It's not about numbers. It's about the quality of men coming into this thing, man. It's about the quality of men that's truly having faith. It's about who chose Yahweh Bashim Yahushai over this world. And ultimately, that was the Lord's choosing, man. But the truth of this whole thing is, man, it's gonna be a hard thing, but there's a reward at the end of it. But in Second Ezra chapter 7, man, Ezra truly gave you the full understanding of the scripture, man. He brought the gravity to it, and that's why I'm trying to bring it out today. Edify brothers a little bit. But this is Second Ezra chapter 7 and 3. And I said, speak on, Most High. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in wide places. The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Verse 4. But put the entrance were narrow and like a river. Verse 5. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? So if you don't see it, because if you look at it, man, all rivers lead to the ocean, man. But those rivers compared to the ocean, man, are it's like if you make a line with a pencil on a piece of paper, man. Those rivers compared to the ocean are small, man. So you can't enter into the great without going through the narrow, man. But he's going to break it down even further. Verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And that fire on the right hand and on the left deep waters, those are the many ways to go off, where it's talking about in Matthew 7 and 13, where it's saying, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So That right, the fire, the left is the deep water, man. That's a lot of ways to go, man. You can go that way, you can go this way. Pick one. But let's keep reading this a little bit. It says verse 8, and only and one only path between them both, even between the fire and water, so small that could but one man go there at once. So that path in between them, man, is so small that only one brother can get through at once, man. That's a straight and narrow path, man. That's precise, man. If you ever seen any of those movies where they'll be trying to cross the bridge, man, the bridge is only big enough for one man to walk at a time. One man to walk at a time and get it holding on the side. That's as big as the bridge is gonna get, and that's what it is in its truth, man. It's gonna be a real narrow thing to get to this truth, man. It's a straight and narrow path, and there ain't no room to go off, man. And you got to pray to the Most High that He doesn't put that spirit on you for you to go off constantly, man. But this is gonna be verse 9. If this city now were given unto men for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, because that danger is the troubles on the right, which is the fire, and the troubles on the left, which is the deep water. If he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Because the inheritance truly is the kingdom of heaven, man. But if you don't go through these tribulations, man, it's this dealing with these demons on a constant basis, man, how you ever gonna get the inheritance, man? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, you know? You gotta risk it to get the biscuit, you feel me? So at the end of the day, you're gonna have to go through this shit, man. You have to put your life on the line for this truth, man. And when you do that, you do it to the best of your ability, and you stay on that straight and narrow, and you get it, man. Verse 10, and I said, it is so, Yahweh. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. So this is our portion to go through this hell, man. It's our portion to go through this hell. But at the end of the day, the true portion of it is if you go through this hell and you try to stay on the straight and narrow as best as your ability, you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and every word that proceeded out the mouth of the Heavenly Father and the Son, man. Yeah, the portion after that, man, after going through this hell, is the kingdom, man, and it's going to be a vast blessing. It says in the New Testament, I don't know what book it says, but it says, surely the present tribulations that we go through are not compared to the rewards that will come. That's roughly paraphrasing, but at the end of the day, man, like all this shit that Israel, true Israel, the man of great millstone, others about out there truly preaching His word and His truth and sincerity, and being diligent in this thing. At the end of the day, man, you working for a great blessing, man, and you gotta stay on that. I'm gonna go on verse 11 because it's truly breaking it down in this whole chapter, truly giving the gravity to the situation that this Matthew 7:13 and 14 is stating. It says, verse 11, because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. So as soon as Adam went off and listened to his woman, man, which is a lesson to you brothers out there, man, don't listen to your woman. Don't listen to your woman. The scriptures say in Sirach 25, I believe, Sirach 25 and 24, I think, the woman came all sin. I'm gonna get that real quick, man. Because brothers can't. Truly, man, these women is blind, man. They got no faith. They got no faith, and you can't follow that, man. Yeah, this is Sirach 25 and 24. The woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So, man, don't listen to your damn woman, man. She can't teach you not a damn thing in this truth, man. But that's that, and it shows you over and over again throughout the scriptures. In the first instance of a man listening to his woman was Adam and Eve, man. So at the end of the day, man, it was when the woman, caused the man to transgress, and he listened to her. So at the end of the day, man, that was what set this all in motion. So you got to stay on this, but not to go too far off. I'm gonna keep going. It says, verse 12, Sirach 7 or 2nd Ezra 7:12. Then were the interests of this world made narrow. So back in the day, Adam and Eve, they didn't have to do much to get to the lush green Eden, man. They were in it. But it says after that, it says then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail, which brothers is going through it, man. It says, oh, mark them that sigh and that cry for all the abominations done therein. That's what the men are doing, man. You're getting vexed in this kingdom. It says, full of sorrow and travail, they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful, man. So it's pain. It pains brother to be in this wicked ass kingdom, man. But the way to get to it was made painful for a reason, man. Because you got to prove yourself now. It says in the scriptures, as gold is tried in the furnace, so are acceptable men tried in the furnace of adversity. So, when it comes down to it, man, you got to go through these troubles to get the true blessings, man. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It says, verse 13, for the interests of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then that they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, then can they never receive those that are laid up for them. So you'll never be able to receive what's laid up for you in the kingdom, man, if you don't go through these afflictions, man. So don't get faint-hearted when you go through these afflictions, because you're gonna have to, man. It's gonna break you down, but the Lord's breaking you down just to build you up, man. So you got to call on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai when those tribulations come. And Yahweh Yahushai, they'll build you up, man. They break you down, but they gonna build you up to be a greater man than you were before. It says, steel sharpens steel, man. Iron sharpens iron, man. So the Most High is, he make you a sharp weapon, man. He's gonna use you to beat the nations into small pieces. So you're gonna have to go through these trials because you got to be an acceptable man to the Most High. But if you don't go through these tribulations, man, you'll never be able to get the true blessings, man. It says, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 18. It says, verse 18, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things. So it's the righteous is going to suffer these straight things, man. They're going to go through these troubles, man. It's a necessary thing to get to the kingdom, man. So don't get faint-hearted in this thing. Brothers got to stay in it, man. New brothers that come in this, man, don't get faint-hearted when these troubles come around. Like, man, why ain't God helping me? That's not a righteous spirit to be in, man. You're supposed to be in the same spirit that Job was in. When Job was going through shit, man, he glorified the Lord. He said, the Lord giveth and he taketh away. So Job knew the game, man. He didn't curse the Lord's name or anything. He didn't put him back. He knew what it was, and brothers got to have that same spirit. And says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. So you're gonna suffer these hard things, man. It says in verse 12, then the interests of this world were made narrow, full of sorrow and travail, and they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. So the righteous brother in verse 18 says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. So when you're suffering in these hard things, you're going through these tribulations, these daily ailments, man, dealing with daily demons, your woman bucking up. You stay on this thing, man, because you're hoping for the wide things, man. But I'm gonna keep reading this. And hope for wide, for they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, yet shall not see the wide, man. And that's the 2/3 that it's talking about. They suffer the straight things, they gonna do shit like we are too. But they ain't got no hope at the end of that, man. They have no hope at the end of that, man. But brothers in this truly, digging down deep, staying in this thing with the best of their abilities, coming out here with these scriptures, going out to the highways and byways, trying to edify brothers and bring them into the fold, man. Trying to, truly build up the kingdom of heaven, call brothers in, being fishers of men. You got hope, man. Because in the kingdom, that's your blessing, man. That's what you got hope for. But these brothers out here on these streets that don't have this truth or reject it, man, they gonna suffer they gonna suffer shit just like we are. And they ain't got no hope at the end of it, because at the end of it, they gonna get death, man. The wages of sin are death, man. And that's all they gonna live in. But it says, verse 21, for God had given the straight commandment to such as came, that they should go, that they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. So at the end of this thing, man, we're all staying on the straight and narrow, because the Most High showed us what we have to do to truly stay in this thing and make it to the end, so we don't get punishment. So brothers, stay on this thing as best you can, man, and truly consider this thing for what it is, man, because you're gonna have to go through hell to get heaven, man. That's true. We in hell now, man, but you're gonna have to go through a little bit more to get heaven, man, to get the kingdom, to get rulership. And if you don't want rulership, man, that's a weak mentality, man. This might not be cut out for you, but sincere brothers that's truly studying this every day, sighing and crying for the wicked abominations done in this kingdom, man, you're gonna hope you're gonna suffer these straight things to get the wide, man. And you're gonna correct your steps, man. And with that being said, man, that's the lesson for today. I'm gonna read out this Matthew 7:13 again, just to close it up. It says, "Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." Man. So try your best to be the few that truly stay on that straight and narrow path, man. Because that's what leads to life, man. That being said, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and sincerity, man, and much prayers going out for you brothers out there treating this truth and sincerity, man, in its entirety. The hopeful elect, man, trying to get out this kingdom, man. Hasten the Most High's coming, keep this work going, man. Suffer these straight things, man, because we hoping for those wise, man. The kingdom's gonna be great beyond all imaginations. We're almost out of here, brothers. Shalom.